And we're back, and as you might be able to tell later on this podcast, it's definitely a fifth week. But
Sure.
yeah, that's when you get your annuals and your
DC, your annuals.
Yeah, but I mean, Marvel's found a way with that double shipment that they can. I don't know. Because I know some of these books are coming out 3 times a month.
Sure feels like it.
3 times probably a push, but I mean, certainly All New X-Men came out twice in a row this month.
Right. It just feels maybe it feels like it. I don't know, but it's hard to keep everything straight. I don't know why it would be. I guess if I was on a serious comic budget.
Yeah, like I'm sure Superior has come out at least twice.
It feels like it at least, but that's okay as long as the stuff's good, I guess.
Sure.
Because if it's not, I'm not reading it. And if it's not good, I'm actually might be reading it. But there's still a load to talk about. So, Mara, why don't you take it away from the independent publishers?
We'll start off with Saga issue 18. This is the last issue before break. It's going to kind of wrap up this arc and hopefully leave you wanting more from it. I've already read the issue. It's fantastic. It ends kind of on a nice, positive note. Highly recommend Saga. Plus, the 3rd volume should be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, it'll come out right before the first part of the next arc.
Yeah, Image is really good about that.
When did you say the next issue comes out?
May.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's
And,
about
you know,
the same as it always is.
2 months?
Yeah, in the letters page, the reason they do that is so that
2 months.
they don't have to have fill-in artists or ghostwriters. You know,
Sure.
it's worth it. It's worth it.
And they're not the only Image comic to do that. I mean, isn't Fatal going to do that?
I don't know. Fatal's about over. Who was I know Jason Aaron said he's going to.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, he mentioned that they're going to do that, and which it's once again great that Image is cool to do that.
You know, I will say, like with Hawkeye, I think there's a charm in the one-off issues, but I'm also okay with Saga that it is one complete story.
Yeah.
Like with Hawkeye, you have interludes, but with Saga, it just continues from issue to issue, and I really enjoy that.
Right.
It's a saga, TJ.
Oh man.
That's cute.
Jeez.
All right, so let's move on to East of West number 9 from Hickman and Image.
You've said way worse stuff on this
Oh, I
podcast.
know.
This
video,
particular
whatever
issue explores a little bit more about the alternative history that they have established. You've got some kingdom stuff, some of that union thing that's going on, kind of more background to the main story. But it's still a great issue. Also from Image, Black Science number 3 from Remender, and they're looking more about how they got to this crazy parallel dimension thing. So they go a little bit into the science behind it and kind of the relationship between some of the members on the team. From Vertigo, we have Fables number 137, and this is the end of the Camelot arc. So it's kind of wrapping up that portion of the story. Let's not look into that right now. And also from Vertigo, Volume 8 of The Unwritten, and this is the Underworld story. So it's pretty good so far.
Matt is all distracting me.
Sorry, I know.
And those are some of the highlights from independent publishers.
No,
Right.
I'm confused because preview says it's X-Men.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah, I thought that was a
nut.
nut. We'll talk about that when we get to Marvel. Because I was about to turn to you and say, hey. But no, before we move on from Independence, at some point this week, Image is going to release 40 of their comics, the number 1 issues, for free. Of course, digitally on Comixology and the Image app. So if you've been...
break Comixology again.
So I know, but if you
So
want,
it's not 700.
if you, oh good lord, if you wanted to try like Black Science or East of West or a few other of these comics that have
Rat
not
Queens.
been free. Yeah, Rat Queens.
Rat Queens.
Sex Criminals and Lazarus, they've already been free, but like things like Velvet and the list goes on.
Peter Panzerfaust.
That's been free.
Oh, it's still. Oh,
Yeah.
then you have.
These
no
are
excuse.
just comics from 2013.
Okay.
So let's transition into DC. Not a long list, but DC won the 5th week. They usually don't release too many comics, but you get your Flash, and I'm not sure, but I know this is coming to an end for Brian Bocciolo. help me out.
Busolato is how I think it is, but I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, but I know he's wrapping up on a pretty good streak of pretty good streak of Flash. I know Flash comics. It is. Then we got Aquaman, Jeff Parker. I have to confess I am trade waiting, but whenever the first Jeff Parker volume comes out 3 years from now, I definitely will be picking it up because I like Jeff Parker a lot.
Oh, I like him a lot too.
He definitely he's got a light approach to comics, and you got like Batman 66 and things like that, but I think Aquaman might be a lot of fun with him writing it. Let's hope. And he's not in Atlantis; he's fighting in a city, so that's pretty sweet.
Sure.
And then finally, you've got issue 2 of the Batman and Robin annual, and if this is anything like Batman and Robin #1, the annual, then this will be pretty good. But I know we got Tim Drake as
that's
the Robin.
Dick.
Is it Dick?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Aww.
I saw pants on him, and
No, that's the his new original Robin costume.
all right. So, I don't know. Am I wrong? Oh, that's cute. Am I wrong in stating that
Tim was
never Robin? Yeah, he was always just Red Robin.
Supposedly.
Okay, so there's that. I don't know, and I'll mention this just because I haven't been reading Gothtopia, and I'm not too familiar. But the outfit that Catwoman is wearing, it might, and correct me if I'm wrong, please do in the comments, might imply that she might be the first Robin.
I mean, clearly she's wearing a Robin costume.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't been reading Gothtopia either.
Exactly, but she's definitely wearing it in the comic, so who knows? But that could be an interesting approach, I guess.
Well, again, Gothtopia is not the original. It's not the real reality.
Is it not?
No.
I thought it took place after 0 Year. And
I mean, I haven't read it, but the impression I got is it's some happy world where everybody's happy in Gotham, and obviously it's going to fall apart and be crap.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
But I could be wrong. But
Yeah.
that's the impression I got from the story.
Now, is
There you go.
Gothtopia involving the Batman series?
No, it's Detective is where it's coming out of, and it's
Detective,
tying
okay.
into Catwoman and
So I was just
Batgirl.
wondering how's it
Yeah.
fitting into 0 Year.
I don't think it fits in at all. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Yeah.
I think it's
Just something else for them to do while
It'll
0
end up
Year is
being,
going on.
Mad Hatter, or what's his name? The
Scarecrow.
the psychiatrist dude. What's
Hugo
his name?
Strange?
Yeah, Hugo Strange, something like that, probably.
Cool.
But I don't know that for sure.
Awesome. Well, let's talk Marvel.
All right, first up from Marvel, we got Avengers Assemble, Kelly Sue's book, which is sadly about to end, but
I didn't know that. That sucks.
yeah, 25 is the last issue. She's been bringing in Spider-Girl. Looks like Wolverine's in this one. I haven't really read this issue, but the story before so far has been good. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. She's all Wolverined up. That's
yeah.
Next up, we've got Cataclysm #4 with a spoilery cover. Looks like Cap is not going to make it out of it. But again, I haven't read it. This book has been really cool, though, as Galactus is going around smashing the Ultimate Universe. But if you've been paying attention, we know now that the Ultimate Universe is going to make it out of it.
Yep.
There will be more Ultimate Comics eventually.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Miracle Man #2. And if you read Miracle Man #1, at least the original writer part of it, because that's not Alan Moore, I'm sure, you might have been like, what? This is not what that's supposed to be. This is the issue where the crazy stuff starts happening when young Miracle Man shows up and starts doing bad things. So, if you gave the first one a try and you were thinking about skipping the second one, give the second one another try. It's expensive, I get it, but it's good.
And maybe if you didn't give the first one a try, maybe it's worth it to give the second one a try since
Sure. But yeah, this is the one where it kicks in.
How much was the first issue?
It was $5.99.
That's
the
what I
first one,
thought,
and
yeah.
this one's $4.99.
Okay.
Dang. That's
So, yeah,
And-
it's $1 cheaper. Why not get it?
And annoyingly, does not come with a digital copy.
I think it's because of the censorship that they don't want to do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
but still.
Whatever.
Yep, and last
Is it
up for
a
Marvel,
Xbox?
until we get to picks of the week anyway, we got Thor 18. This is a interlude issue in between the Malekith story and the next big Thor story. It's focusing on young Thor that we saw in the first storyline. So I'm pretty excited. I wasn't crazy about the last Malekith stuff, so hopefully this will be better.
Yeah.
And there you go, there's Marvel.
Skimpy, except that I think
Yeah, you guys
most
took
of our
all my
picks of the
stuff.
week. Your picks of the week. Your pick of the week's not Marvel.
No, it's not.
So I guess unless you want to reveal what your pick of the week is.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah. I just read Saga, by the way, while you guys were talking.
That's good, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I just gotta say, I just realized that when the next issue of Saga comes out, I will have my own little girl. And that's kind of crazy.
Sorry, Gus. Sorry.
Gus stopped watching a
You're
long
true.
time
Yeah,
ago. All right. Since everybody already hates me, my pick of the week is Damian, Son of Batman,
Oh, jeez.
written and drawn by Tony Daniel.
Has that been any good?
No.
Okay.
It is dreadful, but
Alright.
this is a plea from me to DC Comics.
It's the last one.
Bring back Damian, please. I mean,
I
Grant Morrison killed him. Yeah, it was Grant Morrison's creation, but it's the best thing that DC Comics has done in ever to create Damian.
I think eventually they
That's
have
not true.
to, because what's
Somebody
going
will
to
do it
happen?
eventually.
What's going to happen to that Batman and Robin comic?
He set it up for him to be brought back. So, no, the story is not good. Yes, it is drawn well. I said
Sure.
Tony Daniel. I was totally
It was
wrong. It's
Tony,
Andy
yes.
Kubert.
Yeah.
It's drawn well. It makes me miss Damian. It makes me miss Grant Morrison.
You really want
writing
to miss
and Andy
Damian? Did you
Kubert
read
drawing.
Little Gotham?
No.
He's awesome in Little Gotham.
Oh, I guess I should read.
Yeah, Little Gotham's
Yeah.
good. I like Little
Yeah.
Gotham.
Anyways.
It's very dang good, Little Gotham.
Yeah.
Anyways, you got Bruce Wayne, you got Damian Wayne, you got two Jokers, so might as well pick it up and at least
Yeah.
look at it. I mean,
Is one of them Joker's daughter?
if you bought Batman Odyssey, why not buy this? You're just buying for art anyways.
There you go.
Yeah. Is it bigger than a normal comic?
No, it's just got a thicker cover.
So
Well, no, it's got the standard DC cover.
when they put it in a trade, how are they going to?
They put up
There's
they
only
put
4
out
issues.
80-page
That's a
trades all
skimpy.
the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
they
can
do
have
fashion
a
trends all the time.
No problem there.
Wolverine, the Frank Miller, Chris Claremont's only 4 issues.
That's true, but then, I don't know. It's Chris Claremont, so it feels like a freaking novel when you read it.
He's a little wordy.
Yeah, he is.
Can I talk about mine?
Yeah. Sorry.
Guardians of the Galaxy, 11 point now.
Yeah.
So this is
It's number 11.
number 11.
But it says number 1.
That's true. It's not
Yeah.
even number 1 of the trilogy.
Yeah,
Grey.
so this is the kind of confusing part.
Yes.
So last week, last week, right?
Yeah,
Okay, last week, All New X-Men came out, which kicked off this trial of Jean Grey crossover between All New X-Men and Guardians of the Galaxy. So, it is really confusing to see this number 1 on the corner, and there's a previously part.
I will say, I haven't read it, but I assume that this is going to be from the Guardians' point of view, the same
Right.
story, and at the end they'll meet up.
I'm kind of, let's approach it like that. Let's approach it like that. You can read both of them at the same time, one before the other, one after the other.
You get a free trade.
Yes. That was
That's
the next
true.
point.
Get a free
With
trade.
with your $3.99, so regular comic price, you get a digital edition of number 11 plus a digital collection.
Yeah.
So
In the first 5 or so. 5
First
or 6.
Yeah.
so even if you've never read any Guardians of the Galaxy,
And why haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
amazing.
I mean, the movie's coming out, so that should be enough incentive for you to at least try it.
oh, yeah.
And it's Brian Michael Bendis who pretty much does. I mean, I don't think he's ever done anything that was horrible.
No.
So for
He's done some
$3.99,
not great stuff, but
Yeah.
nothing horrible.
for $3.99, you're getting
Scarlet,
6 comic
Age of
books.
Ultron.
Screwed.
You're getting 6 comic books, so definitely worth
Age of
it.
Ultron, alright. but Scarlet.
Plus it ties in with All New X-Men, which
Yes.
is another great book. So, and it's Trial of Jean Grey.
That's gonna be the free comic book of the day, free comic book day Marvel book.
Yeah, it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
So that's cool.
And just by the way, you Carol Corps members,
Carol,
Captain Marvel is going to join that team.
You Guardians of the
Really?
Galaxy?
Yeah,
Perfect.
she's in the free comic book day. I think she's going to take Iron Man's spot
That's pretty
Nice.
sweet.
because Iron Man's not in it right now.
He hasn't done
Can we
anything.
also mention Sarah Pacelli? And
Yeah.
how awesome
She
of an
is.
artist she
we
is.
can mention her all day long.
Like I love her Rocket Raccoon. I really
She's
do.
I love her faces.
Yeah, she's good at that. She's
Just
good
look
at
at
that.
the smirking.
Yep. I'm gonna talk about my comic.
Yeah, let's move on.
Mine's Superior Superior Spider-Man. 2 weeks ago, feels like I was talking about 25, and guess what? 25 is so awesome that I can't wait for 26, and that is definitely my pick of the week. It is the beginning of the Goblin War, or is it called Goblin War, or is it?
Is it the beginning or are we in the middle already?
Why not? There's a bunch of
Sure.
goblins in it.
I mean, there's definitely goblins in it. Yeah.
So I say we consider this number 1. And you got goblins fighting on the
Sure.
cover, so I'm gonna. I'm going to say it is. But what, we got 5 more issues after this, and things are starting to heat up. You get some Avengers stuff. You might get a visit from an old friend that used to occupy a body in this comic. So...
Wow, that wasn't...
Subtle.
FYI, I skipped to the end of this comic, and it is simultaneous. So that's why they both have number 1 on them. So don't worry about that.
All right, you guys ready for the most important comic of the week?
Yeah, actually we are.
Don't worry about any of those. Brown coats, you guys ready? It's Serenity time. Serenity number 1, 2 beautiful covers.
Yay!
Continuing from the movie, this is the official, I mean, whatever you want to call it, season 3, whatever. This is the official Joss Whedon approved Serenity story. It's picking up. If you haven't read the Patton Oswalt wash story, you might want to read that because spoilers. There's a little wash on the way, and that's a big part of this story. Yeah,
I don't know.
I wish you were as excited about this as I was.
There's another big surprise that I didn't know was coming that I saw in here as I flipped through it, but I haven't read it yet. But it's Serenity. It's a comic book. Buy it. That's all I have to say.
And there's 2 covers.
There are 2 covers. This is the cooler one, though. I like this one better.
I like that one a lot.
But here's one with Mal Mackinon. Inara.
Cool.
It should be good. It's George Jonte's doing the art. The guy who did the Buffy comics, and then Zach Whedon, Joss's brother, is writing it. So it's definitely Serenity up. And he wrote some of the he wrote books story that they did, his origin story. So it should be amazing.
Right on. Cool. So I guess that's it. I guess it's time for me to suffer through another 3-hour class and then read all the comics that are coming out that I'm picking up today.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, 0.
Off the trade.
The trade is not even yours.
Yes, I'm not gonna read. I've been reading a lot of
TJ's comics.
Yes, but I put about 7 Batgirl, Brian K. Miller Batgirls on the account just because.
Brown.
Once again, I don't want to dig through long boxes. But no, I've been enjoying that, so that's fun. What else was I reading? Who cares?
Let's move on.
I picked up Nowhere Men, the trade, so I'm going to start reading that too. And so there's still stuff to read. So I guess that's it for this week, boys and girls. We're going to see you in February. But Brian, before we do that, tell them where we're located.
We're in Conway Comics, 255 Ferris Road, right behind good old UCA.
That's right, boys and girls, the good old UCA. And from nerdspan.com, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Wood.
I'm Brian Keown.
I'm TJ McDonald.
Lame.
And we'll see you next week. Enjoy your comics.
Hooray.